To the Minister of Finance, in light of recent reports which indicated that BPTT will be unable to supply Atlantic LNG Train 1 with the appropriate amount of gas during the period 2020 to 2021, owing to several exploration challenges, could the Minister inform the House how will this development impact on Trinidad and Tobago's economic recovery?
Madam Speaker, the member cannot possibly or seriously expect me to answer that question prior to the delivery of the mid-year review.
Minister, were you aware when you spoke last week in glowing terms about the economy, were you aware of this information by BPTT regarding supplies to Train 1?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I will not take the bait. I will answer this matter in the mid-year review.
Minister, if you were aware of the information from BPTT, did you set out to deceive or misadvise the population?
Madam Speaker, I will not be baited by the member for Naparima. I will address this matter in my speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Now, for those of you who are having spiritual problems, you can feel free to contact me. Those of you who have to get counseling or you think that you need counseling, the husband, the wife, the son, the daughter, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, feel free to contact me at 339-1670. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for a property to buy, you can also contact me at 339-1670. I want to say a special good night to you viewers of Real Talk, of the Caribbean, around the globe. Remember, you can view us at YouTube at TT Real Talk. Hit the bell and you will know when we go live. On Facebook, Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Like our Real Talk page and share it. Now, viewers, to my Muslim brothers and sisters, it's Ramadan, it's fasting time. Ramadan Mubarak to you. And it's been a busy day. A busy, busy day. I remember on Friday I told you I will not be here for a Monday, Mashup Monday live, but I will be here on Tuesday. So I bring news to you viewers of Real Talk concerning Train 1 and some of the questions unanswered. It goes unanswered still because the people of Trinidad and Tobago wants to know if Train 1 will be shut down just like our Petrotrin refinery. Now listen to this, viewers. Energy Source suggested that the facility at the BPTT could be mudballed like the Petrotrin refinery, meaning, viewers, it can come to a standstill as they are uncertain about the future of the Atlantic LNG Train 1. Now listen, an Atlantic spokesman said that there is uncertainty around the supply of natural gas to Train 1 after 2019. Listen carefully, viewers. Natural gas shortage to supply Train 1 after 2019. Now, opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar shared her concern on BPTT Atlantic Train 1 in Parliament yesterday. Take a look at this.
A serious alarm bell has gone off, sending a very grave warning to our future economic stability. I'm talking about the recent announcement, the failure of BPTT's infill drilling program to secure enough gas to satisfy its obligations on Atlantic's Train 1. This makes it clear that there may now well be a significant shortfall in gas production. How is Atlantic Train 1? What is happening there? How is that going to affect our gas production and therefore revenues to be gained from that gas production? So I think the minister owes, or the government owes, some kind of explanation to the country as to what could happen or what should happen with respect to Atlantic LNG Train 1. This has very serious and profound consequences and major implications for every single sector of our nation, from investment to major infrastructural work and even the most basic social services. What is now crystal clear is that a complete lack of planning by the government to make contingency plans will see a further spiral downwards for the country in terms of our energy and economic future. Government has treated the energy sector, our main source of forex and revenue. They've treated that sector with contempt. As a result, the energy sector is now on life support, facing a very uncertain future.
Welcome back, viewers. Now you have heard our former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago concerning Train 1. Now, viewers, like I said, we are going downstream. How come all of a sudden we can't supply Train 1 with natural gas? Now remember, feel free to call in 237-3135. Let me hear what you have to say. This is part of the energy sector. If our energy sector is not flowing properly in Trinidad and Tobago, how can we get money? How come the energy sector is going downhill? How come it is going downhill? After 2019, they are concerned about the natural gas issue in Trinidad and Tobago. This is a big concern for us. It is a major concern. Now, some of you might feel, well, that have nothing to do with me, or it have nothing to do with the country. We are talking about the energy sector. It is where a large volume of financial input goes to the Treasury to support stability in Trinidad. And in any country, if you don't have stability, you will always find it wavering. So if our energy sector goes down, what do you think will happen to our lovely little country? More jobs will be lost. Higher gas prices. Higher food prices. What about those that are working in Train 1? What about if they have loan? What about if they have kids going to school? What about if they are building a house? What will take place? Are we looking at another? Are we looking at another shutdown as the refinery? You tell me. You tell me. Now listen to this. Minister of National Security Stuart Young responded to opposition leader Kamala Prasad Bisesa question to the PNM government on BPTT. Take a look at this video.
Madam Speaker, to stand here today and hear the misrepresentation of what actually happened. So let me tell you what has happened, Madam Speaker. BP has not had 4 dry wells. What happened is in Cannonball last year, they were drilling in Cannonball last year. In December 2018, the first well that they were drilling, Immortel, encountered a mechanical integrity issue, and as a result of that, they had to drill a second one into sand, and that was the well that's found to be wet and that there will be no production from. In Easter of this year, they then drilled 2 in Kashima, and the well in Kashima is not a dry well. The well in Kashima at this point in time appears to have less than they thought. They were going for 100 million scuffs. They've hit 50 million scuffs. So what they are looking to do right now is re-evaluate. So, Madam Speaker, with Train 1, We sat down, we had the hard negotiations with BP and Shell. We renegotiated a formula, an enhanced revenue formula for the people of Trinidad and Tobago for Train 1. That if half of the amount of gas goes through Train 1 that can go through, it will result in an enhanced revenue on an annual basis, conservatively, of an extra $230 million a year for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. That is what this government did. So yes, obviously, this government now is going to look at what happens with Train 1. This government plays no rejoicing, is not happy about any setback whatsoever in the energy sector. But this government is not going to just roll over. We are working hard at it. We're continuing our negotiations with Shell. And we are very close to tying up those negotiations with Shell. And I am certain within the next couple of weeks, the Minister of Energy would be able to announce to Trinidad and Tobago what this government has done on behalf of the people of Trinidad and Tobago to enhance revenue out of the energy sector.
Welcome back, viewers. 230 million US pumped into our treasury if they could settle negotiations. Now remember, a spokesman, viewers, said that there is uncertainty around the supply of natural gas. So if the spokesman could come out and say something like this, now we hear our Minister of National Security is saying something else. The spokesman is uncertain about the supply, about the volume going in. He is concerned about that. While our Minister of National Security concern is about the 230 million US that will be pumped into the economy of Trinidad and Tobago. Okay, let me suggest something. You're looking at the volume of the money. He is concerned about the volume of the money. The spokesman for Atlantic, on the other hand, is concerned about the supply of the natural gas. So you, the viewers, tell me now, who is making more sense? If you have the supply, you will get the money. The money is not the problem. The problem is the supply. Is that not the problem? So if we don't get the supply, how are we going to get the money? So my dear viewers, do not be bombarded by the volume of money. Don't let the money trigger your brain. 230 million US pumping into the economy is all well and good. It is all well and good. But if you cannot supply, your product, how do you expect to make the money? If I'm wrong, you tell me. If I am wrong, you tell me. Because I sat and watched. Colin Imbert said, we raised it once and they didn't riot. We raised gas a second time and they did not riot. If we raise it a third time, they may not riot. We're talking about supply. The spokesman is clearly saying he is uncertain about the supply. So if the spokesman is saying that, what you expect from the people outside? What do you expect from the ministers to say? You're ringing a bell with the dollar. 230 mil US, yeah? Sounds good. The amount of production we could do is not a problem. But if you don't have the supply, bad business for you. 230 million US down the drain. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed. Good program as usual.
Thank you.
But we have to remember P&M philosophy
Exactly.
is to keep the mass population illiterate and uneducated so that they could do what they did in Parliament, tell lies and fool the people. But thank God we have a sector that educate themselves so we can deal with it and let the population, the mass population who are the average population, know better.
Yes.
And understand what is happening. We crisis, serious crisis in the country, But they hiding and putting their head in the sand and think they could fool the entire population. But thank God we are bright people, they can't fool everybody. Now Mr. Imbud is given amnesty for the tax.
Yes.
What about the people who he owing? What about people who he owing? These people have no say. They can't do nothing. And he owing, since 2015, I have my returns to get. What about me? I could take him to court. I want to take him to court.
Send him a letter, don't afraid.
Yeah, I tell you, this PNM, I know we had to get rid of them once and for all. Thank you very much, Saeed.
Thank you, my friend. You see, you can't fool all the people all the time. There are people that will sit down and read between the lines. Now, like I said, the money sounds plenty. 230 million US pumping into the economy. It is all well and good. Nothing wrong with that. But if you don't have the supply Atlantic, which the spokesman is clearly stating, how can you get the 230 million US that you are banking on, Mr. Stuart Young? How can you get that? Shifting from that, viewers, look where crime reached. A teacher was beaten and stabbed by a 23-year-old suspect in a classroom at the St. Plus Boys RC School in Aruka on Monday. The teacher was stabbed in the sight of primary school students when she was teaching. So what I want to find out, was there security guards at the school? That is number one. Number two, how did he enter into the school compound if there was a security guard? That's question number two. Now listen to this. Minister of Education, Anthony Garcia, expressed concern over the violent act. He now concerned. He said, and I quote, "Our teachers are responsible for molding the future of Trinidad and Tobago students. No teacher must feel a sense of danger while they are carrying out their duty." How long have I been asking Mr. Anthony Garcia to increase security at the nation's schools? They came and they increased security at the hospitals. As if a man with one foot on a crutch will run amok and stab somebody. Just imagine that. But hold on. You see how I get all my legislations to come forward? Hold on, Anthony Garcia. If you want to play illiterate for the population, that you don't know what's going on in schools, have patience. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night.
Go right ahead.
Yes, Mr. Saeed, great program. I called last week, and exactly what you said, the amount, 75 million, that the TTPS will be receiving, well, so said, so done. But I don't know if I'm wrong. The 75 million is to pay salaries.
Yes.
Right? But what about the people who they owe in for goods and services? Just now, as I told you, it would make a year, and I haven't got paid as yet. What about that? Who they pull in? I don't know where I stand. If it's 75 million is to pay salaries, what is going on to the gas stations, to the caterers, to the bus drivers, to the police service owing? What about us?
Exactly.
I don't know where I stand. I need you to help me, please. Great job and nice program.
Thank you, my dear. Apparently, when the Minister, Colin Imbert, spoke on the budget review, apparently he was only releasing funds for salaries, to pay office staff, to buy office equipment, and he did not say anything about owing the population. He didn't say anything like the caller just said about the gas bill and the caterers, the janitorials. He didn't say anything like that. So I want to know, you just have the population on a string by just collecting your salary and fixing your family, but your expenditures now, what happened to the gas? Gas station owners who supply gas to TTPS vehicles, what happened to them? The people who clean in the police station, what happened to them? The caterers and them who provided lunch for schools, what happened to them? Are they not the people who have the operation running? If I'm wrong, you tell me. If I am wrong, you tell me. Because too many people complaining and complaining and complaining and complaining, and apparently everything is falling on deaf ears. A woman called me today concerning a social development matter. Her husband gets seizure. He cannot work. Sometimes he gets blackout. They have one child to maintain. They have the home to maintain. And he have been getting some assistance from social development. They came and they cut it. The officers came, they did their research, they went, they do the investigation, and they told the lady, ma'am, you will have to wait until we get funding so your husband can continue getting his money. I was like, what? Did anything was put in the basket for social development, Mr. Imbert? You see, this is the question that when I raise, those in authority, they be baffled. It's like, Saieed, why are you talking about that? We need to suppress the people. That is what we need to do. How the hell you could suppress the people when the people have you there? The people have you living and eating and drinking nice. It's the people. On one side, you want the people. You're coming with a long list. Maybe long like me. What you gonna do for election? Hey, talking about election. The farmer who got his pump seized at Arangwes. Today we got in touch with him. The matter is before the court. But listen to this, eh? There's a law stating that we cannot use a hose. Caller, good night. Hello, you there?
Yeah,
Go right ahead.
I'm calling concerning NIS.
Go right ahead, sir.
NIS is not paying the money in time because I'm not working anywhere and I depend on that money to run my business. I have my two grandchildren going to school and myself and I need things in my house to cook and eat and drink. And NIS is pay you when they feel to pay you. The car for the month already and NIS didn't pay us yet.
Wow.
For last month.
Where are you calling from?
Claxton Bay.
Claxton Bay. Thank you, my friend.
Okay then.
If the farmer, listen carefully, viewers, I want to know what charges WASA or WASA police going to put on the farmers. Listen carefully. The matter is in court, but this is just something I want to highlight. So I want to educate you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension outside Trinidad. Listen this. If the farmer fill up their tank, they fill up their tank, and they use a hose. Listen carefully. They use a hose to water their crops. And a WASA police passing. Any WASA police will charge the farmer for using a hose? You be the judge. You tell me. Now the matter is in court. The farmer has his lawyer and they want to understand why did the police, WASA police, seize their pump. Come back to me. I want you to understand. WASA said the Mocha water is not theirs. Listen. If the farmer is using their pump to pump the water from a ravine or from a pond, what right does a WASA police have to seize their pump? Now my big question is, the water in the pond or the water in the ravine, does that belong to WASA? Caller, good night.
Good night, Said. How are you doing?
All right, go right ahead.
No, God, this is extremely ridiculous, this man. This government should resign instantaneously, man. This is the food basket you're talking about of the country. Is food we're producing? Or is this government so vindictive against people of a certain ethnicity that you are going not for them not to make a living? This is injustice. And everything, and next point I want to make again, in Parliament where people's constitutional rights are infringed, you come and take out 3/5 majority. Where are the likes of Ramesh Maharaj and Basdev Pandey against this atrocity of this heartless government? Had Kamla did that, oh Lord, this place would have been in a mess. Where on earth is Anshel Roger? And then when he was dragging mannequin of Kamla, look at what is happening. The country is being raped. The country is being raped by this administration. What is happening again with crime? They put little boy to do big man work. Little boys cannot do big man work. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, my friend. Now, I don't want to say anything out of context, viewers, because the matter in court. But this is just my suggestion. If they're using a pond to pump water into their field, or they're using a river to pump the water into their field, is that water WASA one? Because if you're telling me Mocha water is not yours, how you could come and claim the water in the farmer's pond? Let me tell all you something. Guys, come back to me. You see those two farmers? They should hold two good lawyers and turn over WASA for every single cent they have. You see those two WASA police? Let me tell you something. But thank God it's not me all to do that too. Take what I'm telling on you. Viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but still locked on. We have a guest coming up next.
Get your ad on the show that matters. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's engaging, entertaining, and straight to the point. Real Talk brings the issues of the day to the people. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's local, regional, and international. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Get your ad now. Call 1-868-237-3135 or 1-868-339-1670.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and real estate businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Now, viewers, remember when we aired that clip about the young boy being beaten at the Five Rivers Secondary School? In studio, I have with me his mother, Miss Kizzy Ann Gills. She joined us live on set. Now, viewers, for some time now, I have been talking about violence in school. And I have been saying it's not always the parents' fault. Now, we have the young boy on set, but for security reasons of the young individual, we will not put him on live television, but he is here. Now, moms, I want you to explain to the public how the situation started in the school compound. What did your son tell you that what happened in school, what transpired that caused the fight?
Okay, well, he was making his way to maths class.
Mm-hmm.
He had his headset in his ears, listening to some music.
Okay.
Now, in the school, to my understanding, there are little gangs, little cliques
in the school,
within
wow.
the school. This particular gang was playing a involuntary type violent game by clouting students as they pass.
Okay.
My son was a reciprocal of these clouts,
mm-hmm.
but he was up to take the headset out of his ears, and he retaliated by hitting back one of the boys of the gang.
So he was passing, going to maths class?
Yes.
And some students decided to clout him first?
They clouted him first.
Oh, so the actual fight was a retaliation of defense, self-defense?
Yes, it was, most definitely. And this will be...
this has been going on in schools?
Yes, this has been going on in schools quite a lot. No parent wants to get that call.
Exactly
That
so.
their son has been beaten unconscious on the ground, bleeding profusely from his head, and is not responsive, breathing faintly. The ambulance was contacted, and they were trying to call me repeatedly, the teachers and so forth. I was getting ready to go about my day, and this call came in my phone.
Okay.
I was speechless. My son is not conscious right now.
Wow.
Blood is spraying from
his head.
from his temple, and right now his form teacher is trying to suppress the blood, and they don't know what is going on. They have contacted the ambulance and so on. It was a total nightmare.
Come back to me, guys. So this clique in schools, is the principal or the security aware of what is taking place in the school?
Well, from talking to some other students, they are aware because they try to separate, they try to talk to the students and them, but this is beyond their control. Not enough is being done
To secure,
to secure your child's safety. No parent wants to know that they provide a child breakfast, so on, and they start their school.
True.
They start the day at school to be mauled and beaten at the school.
Wow.
And this happened, as you see how graphic that video
Yes,
is.
yes,
Every
yes.
time I watch that, it's pain.
I could understand that.
And then when I come to meet ambulance, my son totally unconscious, bandaged up in an ambulance. I thought my child was dead.
Now, for some time now, I have called on the Minister of Education, Anthony Garcia, to implement more security in the schools. Now, Mom, what type of damages did your son get during the incident? And from the time of the school to the hospital to home, how have he been coping?
Well, not so good. Not so good at all. When we went, the ambulance took him to the hospital. He had to get immediate care with the stitches and so on to stop
fix.
the bleeding. Then he was going in and out of consciousness. In and out of consciousness. I had to keep asking him, what is your name? Who am I? To see if his memory regains. He will say, yes, you is my mother. And then he will say, Mom, we are feeling sleepy, and then go back in and out.
Like
Yes.
in and out of a coma?
Yes.
Have anybody from the authorities, from the Ministry of Education, did anyone get in touch with you?
No.
Did anyone get in touch with you from the school?
Yes, well, his principal called me several times.
Okay.
Because my son is what you will know as a peace-loving student.
Okay, he's known as that type of child in school.
Yes, he's known as that type of child in school. So they were really scared to see that something could happen to a child like him. So they were like calling every minute how he's doing,
to make sure he's okay.
how is the bleeding, to make sure he's okay.
Did the police get in touch with you?
No.
Did the parents of the other students get in touch with you?
No, no such calls.
Now, viewers, this is a live interview on Real Talk set with the boy that received the beating at the 5 Rivers School. And according to the parents, the authority have not gotten in touch as yet. The student that beat up the young boy, those parents did not get in touch with this individual as yet. What I want to know, if this happened to those children, wouldn't the parents like someone to come to them? Did they get suspended from school?
As far as I know, yes, they did get suspended. But apparently they are lurking around the schools, trying to re-enter the school. My child, psychologically, this has taken a toll on him.
It will.
He hasn't eaten properly since the incident. I have to be checking on him
Often.
every hour on the hour to make sure he does not suffer further mental injuries to his head and so forth, bleeding in his head. So I really want to appeal to the Minister of Education or to somebody, some authorities. I keep getting runarounds. I've been to Aruka police station. I have my receipt. They tell me I have to go to child services at Maracas St. Joseph. I have to go there in the morning, and it's only runarounds. Nobody has contacted me. Nobody has come forward. And I really would like to appeal, because this is a nightmare to every parent. It has reached home.
Yes, yes.
It has reached home, and it is really getting out of control. We need to start something. These children in these schools, and from what I understand, the mother is fully aware. They are fully aware of the type of individuals they are sending to school.
And they still haven't gotten in contact with the parents. With somebody from child authorities, please get in touch with me tomorrow, because I am going to be highlighting this matter over and over and over. Feel free to call in, viewers. We have the mothers here. Send some kind of love with somebody in some station, in some authority. Please feel free to call in. We are in a situation here where a student could be damaged. Brains. Caller, good night.
Hi, good night, Miss Ali.
Just go right ahead. You're live on Real Talk.
Yes, I'm really sorry to see, this struggle and this pain that this mother is going through right now. I'm really upset about this. You understand? This is not supposed to be happening in this place. Where the people are them who in authority to deal with this?
This is what I want to know.
Of these people are them who even deal with this matter. I feel it all for this parent who's standing here. I am sorry to say no, but if that was any of my family member, I'm telling you, woe be unto whoever did it to know.
I understand what you're saying.
But all my love and my strength go towards this mother. I'm hoping it's nothing worse than what it is this child is going through right now. May God be his guidance, and it's just nothing worse to happen to him.
Thank you, my friend. Would the officers get in touch with me, who's investigating this matter? Please, we need a speedy report. Child authority, with some manager or supervisor or something, would you get in touch with me? What is child protection there for if you cannot serve the children of Trinidad and Tobago? Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead, sir.
Well, I get in our situation, something like that. Right? And what is going to happen when she calls child protection? They're going to ask her nicely, do you want counseling? And that's as far as that story will go. And nothing else would really come out of that. Because in my situation, they say my daughter is 5 and the girl is 8, and there's a law called Dola Incopat where the child is not responsible for their actions, but they could go about the school doing what the hell they want to do.
I understand what you're saying.
Nothing would be done about it, and I am not the only person. This parent is not the only person. These things happen all the time.
Thank you, my friend. Mr. Anthony Garcia, you know me and you don't saddle at all. Implement security at the schools. When I tell you bring back corporal punishment, or let's finish joke I'm making. You see, unless these hardback criminals in school understand what they are doing is wrong, it will continue. And we have the Minister of Education when he in Parliament, he like this. I have seen him. Who put you there is the people. Now this mother is asking for justice. I highlighted the school story. We got in touch with the mother and we brought her here. You know why? This could happen to any one of you all mothers. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night. I'd like to express my disappointment with Mr. Garcia for not implementing proper security measures in the schools to prevent this situation from occurring. And having this lady just looking at her on the screen there, ma'am, I sympathize with you. I really, it's terrible to see what is happening in the schools. And I have been involved with trying to get a school, the Marabella North Secondary School, with a delinquent student. I called them. I called the 800-4321 hotline many times. I spoke to the principal of the Marabella North Secondary School. And to be honest, Saieed,
I think that that school, when they have a delinquent student and that student is staying home from school, they are glad that that student will be away from the school because it's less responsibility for them. So they don't care if the student turns out to be the biggest criminal in Trinidad and Tobago. Once he's not coming in that school, they wouldn't take up their responsibility and come or make a report to the police or the 800-4321. And they will look why this one, Mr. X, not coming to school. You know, let me go and look for him and see why it is he not coming to school. I called the principal and I talked to she. I mentioned the person name of the student. And, you know, nothing never come out of it. 800-4321, in my opinion, is a
Not
waste
working.
of time.
Thank you, my friend.
Right? Okay.
The students of that school, according to moms here, if that is how they act, and the parents know that is how their children act, Saieed Ali, well, you the public understood what I stand for. You all know what Real Talk platform is all about. And for far too long, too many bullying have been taking place in school and nothing have been done. How do we fix the problem? Expel the students. I think the principal is pushing for the students to be expelled. Yes. My dear sir, I will support you 100%. Talk to the SSA, get the children expelled from the school. Because you can't have bullies going to school and bringing down a good name and bringing down children, you know. Now the boy home, the mom have to study, keep an eye on him, hour in, hour out, to make sure he's not unconscious. Who is paying for that? Who paid for the medical bills?
The only person reached out to me was the president of the PTA for the school. And he brought some medical supplies to clean the wounds, and he gave us a little something to support that. But apart from that, no contact. Nobody came forward. Nobody came forward. Absolutely nobody.
Now, let me tell you all something. This incident ain't going to sweep under the carpet, you know. I am telling you, I will support the principal of the 5 Rivers to suspend this, expel the student and them one time. Who knows if this boy, when he fully recovered, right, from this incident that happened, who knows what will happen to him in the future? Would he suffer seizure? Would he suffer brain loss? Would he get a tumor in his head? Would he be able to function properly? You tell me, the viewers. Call a good night. And this is what we are facing in school. Now, the reason why, guys, come back to me. The reason why I decided to bring her here is for you, the public, to understand. This could be your child.
Most definitely.
And you know what's the best part? Sorry for using the word best, but you know what's the best part, viewers? The bullies and their parents did not even get in touch with her to find out, well, you know, I am a mother and you are a mother. My son this did to your son. Is there any way we can assist with anything? Medical bills? What the hell, y'all are growing criminals? I don't care who your husband is, you know. I don't care who your brother is, you know. That have nothing to do with the 13 years old?
16.
16 years old being beat up, you know. You all are stone. If you all have no feelings, you all are stone. I telling all you that. Call her good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead, sir.
This problem is too bad, you know, to be existing in this country. You understand? And the Minister of Education has to do something about that. This is somebody's child.
Exactly.
This is somebody's child. They shouldn't be taking this kind of thing, you know, they should take it seriously. And besides, who took the proper punishment out from the school? Who took it out from the school?
Thank you, my friend.
Who took it up?
When I asked Garcia to return back corporal, thank you, my friend, for calling in. When I asked to return corporal punishment, or let's study about human rights, who is studying about her 16-year-old now? You tell me. So to the principal of the Five Rivers, I will support you 100%, expel the student from the school. Because you can't have this kind of nonsense going on in school. When they are children coming to learn. You understand? Last call on this topic. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead, my dear.
Mr. Saieed Ali, how are you?
I am okay.
My heart reached out to this mother. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for her. My heart reached out to her.
Thank you, my dear. Child Authority, please get in touch with me tomorrow. Let's see how we can take this matter forward. To the officers, contact me. Let's see how far we can get this thing going and bring a stop to those bullying in school. To the Minister of Education, let me tell you something. If you want to lie down in Parliament and do like this, come back to me, guys. Let the public see. If you want to continue doing it like that, send your supervisors. Send your managers. Because this thing ain't going under no carpet. And I will show you what I could do as Saieed Ali. Moms, I want to thank you for being on set with us.
Thank you, sir.
I wish you any assistance you need, get in touch with me.
Okay.
Whether it's police, it doesn't matter. I will talk to the boy, I will counsel myself. I offer counsel to the public and I will do the same for you. You understand? Viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but stay locked on. This is Real Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and investor businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell. Get your ad on the show that matters. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's engaging, entertaining, and straight to the point. Real Talk brings the issues of the day to the people. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's local, regional, and international. It's Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Get your ad now. Call 1-868-237-3135 or 1-868-339-1670.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali. Consultant and investor businessman.
Can't watch Real Talk on TV? Have no fear. You can also watch Real Talk on the go live on YouTube and Facebook at Real Talk with Saieed Ali on YouTube.com and TT Real Talk on Facebook.com. Don't forget to like us and share us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Now we're going on to Cedros immigration. Listen carefully, viewers. Although the Cedros port is operational, 3 Venezuelan ferries are still awaiting clearance to come to the Cedros port with 86 legitimate passengers. Listen carefully. The immigration officer said that they will not attend to any vessel without a written word from the Trinidad and Tobago Coast Guard or the Minister of National Security or Chief Immigration Officer. Now, viewers, come back to me, guys. Thus far, you all have understand what Real Talk is about. Thus far, I have been talking about bringing legislation and passing bills, and thus far it have come to pass. Remember when I told Stuart Young, you are going to retract your statement. Remember that? Now we have the immigration officers at Cedros Port. They are waiting word now in order to deal with the influx of Venezuelans at the Cedros Port. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. It's not by might, it's not by power, but it's by my spirit, said the Lord. Let me tell you something. All you come in, according to the Young, all you come in, all you illegal or not, all you come in. When I say you're going to retract your statement, you're going to retract your statement. Now the immigration officers are waiting a word to see about legitimate passengers now. I didn't come here to make a name for myself, you know. I already have a name of Saieed Ali, the Obia man, local and regional, and my wife knew that. She vex I the Obia man. You think I go vex? She glad too bad, and so am I. But I'm here to fix Trinidad and Tobago. I'm here to make sure gun smugglers go behind jail without bail. I'm here to make sure repeat offenders get no bail. I'm here to make sure child sex offenders, oh God, publish right through the world. Thus far, everything I have asked for, it have come forward. But tell you something. When you hear my security company launch, it's a different role, you know. Because I get my legislation and bills passed. And I said on national television, I would write to the Minister of National Security seeking clearance so that my officers could work alongside TTPS. I have my own intelligence gathering company coming on stream very soon. Viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but a rerun of this program is at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Do join us tomorrow night for Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Good night and be safe.